Hi, this is the embedded assessment. We are going to go over this problem at a time, and hopefully you can get on Schoology. I'm going to start a discussion, so if you have any questions at all, you can post them on Schoology, and I will get back to you, or another student maybe that knows the answer can also comment and get back to you. So number one was about the hurricanes. If you remember, we had Hurricane Katrina and we had the Japan tsunami, and it talked about area. So when I have 8/10 of a city that was flooded, that is 8/10 transferred to a decimal. If I read that, is 8/10. So 0.8 is 8/10. I'm going to skip visual representation for right now because I know how to do 8/10 as a percent. Means I'm bumping this back 2 places, so I'm going to have 80%. So I have A's answer and C's answer. Now visual representation, if you remember, I have to make sure that I am doing a reduced fraction here. So 8/10 reduces by a factor of 2 because they're both even numbers, and that will give me 4/5. Okay, so there's problem number one. All right, so only 58% of the people in the coastal areas of Japan took the warning system seriously that the tsunami was coming. So represent 58% as a decimal. So if I have 58%, that means my decimal's here, and I need to bump it 2 places the other direction to the left. So if I want to put a 0 in front, there it is. And then a fraction is one of those where it's a 58 over 100. Percent means over 100. It needs to reduce as well. So if I divide these in half, 58, well 50 divided in half is 25, and then there's 4 left. So that's 29. Okay, if you're with me here, mental math. If not, do the long division, and 100 is divided in half into 50. And that cannot reduce any further. That's the final answer. Okay, and then last on my non-calculator part is number 6, and it gives me a volume. So given volume, determine edge. Okay, so given a volume, here's my little hint with that. I've got the little cubed, which means I need to take the cube root of 8, which is 2 feet. Okay, so I know 2 times 2 times 2 is 8, and therefore an edge is 2. Same thing with the 27. If I take the cube root of 27, that gives me 3 feet. Okay, my explanation would be I need to cube root volume equals edge. Something like that. Very simple, but the keywords cube root is what I was really looking for. Okay, some of you were trying to tell me that 2 times 2 times 2 equals 8, which is true, but at given 8, how do I find that? It's a perfect cube. I really was looking for this word here. If you were something close, I usually gave you all or partial credit depending on how close you were. Okay, then we had our calculator portion. Okay, the first one says the total square miles affected below. So find the side length of the area is 90. So 90,000 means that is the area inside. So I need to take the square root of 90,000. Well, good thing I have my calculator, which I have over here. So square root, well, we've got to turn it on first. On mine, it's not there. Oh, I have a square root button, I forgot. Okay, square root of 90,000, 300. And because it's in square miles, that means a side is going to be just miles. When I square root something, the square comes off. Okay, same thing here. I'm going to have the square of 216, which when you do that, gives me this decimal rounded to the nearest tenth, again, is miles. Okay, so here's my work. I'm showing all my steps and what I'm pushing in the calculator. Okay, number 4 says, given the storm has a destruction area in the shape of a square, give the total area. So here is my square this time, and the side equals the 315.2 miles. So when I square a side, that's 315.2 squared, I will have the area. So 315.2 squared gives me 99,351 and 0.4 square miles. Because I squared it, so the units is also squared. Down here, this was actually a typo, but a lot of you did it just right. I'm going to take 3,012 kilometers and square it. And get 907,000, oh, I'm sorry, wrong comma, it's 9 million. 9,072,144 square miles. That's a lot. Okay, last but not least, explain how, given an edge, find the volume. How would I find the volume? Okay, and provide an example. So if an edge equaled, I don't know, you could have picked a number, 9. Volume equals edge cubed, so volume equals 9 cubed. Volume equals 9 to the third power, 729. Okay, so we're going to say 9, I don't know, feet, which means I have feet cubed in my volume. So here's how I did my work. My explanation is that to find volume, given an edge, cube the edge. That's it. That's what this says. Volume equals edge cubed. This is really part of the explanation. Okay, so I was looking for something with the word cube in it for number 5. I was looking for units and for work. Okay, so if you have any questions, again, go to Schoology. I have a discussion that's going to be started there tomorrow at the end of the school day, and so you can post any questions you have about this there. You can also email me if you're worried about privacy, because you asking a question in class is helpful to others, so I don't want you guys to be shy about it. And I will see you in class soon.